the day I missed my train. I cried like a baby. I wept.
Are you serious?
Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Comfort Gideon and I have here a friend, who is on a student visa. Her name is
Ifoma.
We're happy to have you on our channel.
Happy to be here.
All right, so she's on a student visa and she's currently studying in the UK, and she's going to be sharing her experience with us today. So if this sounds like something you are interested in, do well to watch this video to the very end. Subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell to get notified for more content like this. So let's get started. Let's dive right in. So I think it's how many months or how long have you been in the UK now?
This should be my 7th month, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
7th month I call it about, yeah.
Wow. All right. So we just wanted to share your experience with us. The first question is, did you have expectations before coming to the UK concerning certain things? If you did, like, what were your expectations before coming to the UK?
Indeed, I had expectations. The expectation was I was going to see snow. I was going to play in the snow. Unfortunately for me, it hasn't been met fully yet. But probably because of where we are. We're in Hull and the snow hasn't been that much. It hadn't fallen as much as I'd always seen in movies.
Yeah, I remember that December period. It fell for a couple of days, but it wasn't so serious. Even though in some places or locations in UK, people were posting pictures of them playing in the snow. I was like, oh my god. I was looking forward to it actually, but I didn't like the cold that came with it. I loved the idea of seeing snow, but I didn't like the cold, like the temperature.
When the snow is falling, it's not cold. It's after it's finished falling. That's when the cold comes. As it is snowing, it's not cold.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
All right.
For me, when I was coming to the UK, I was like, okay, I've been watching all these white movies and CNN and all of that since I was a little girl. Like, I was a baby, so I was like, okay, so am I going to be seeing white people? And seeing blue skies and all of that, like, I was anxious and to get here, and and now it's normal actually. Okay, when I got here, I've been here a couple of months too, and I remember the first time in one of the organizations I went to work, the first question someone asked me was like, do you smoke? And I was like, no. And he was surprised. And I was like, why is it supposed to be normal?
Smoking is a normal thing here, right?
So that was like a culture shock for me. Like, in where I'm coming from, smoking is like a taboo, like
especially if you're a woman.
Yeah. So that's like one serious culture shock I had. So have you had culture shock since you got here? And like, can you tell us about it?
I had similar experience because I know I've gone for an interview and I was told that the break is paid for, that if I smoke I don't need to leave the building, and I'm like, I don't smoke. She was like, oh okay, then this instruction is not for you. Okay,
it's actually part of every like interview. You know, the way you go to buildings in, I'll use Nigeria as an example because that's where I come from. You go to work environment or certain places and it's normal for you to see churches and mosque or prayer ground. For this place, what you see as part of organizations or a criteria is when they are doing your induction or training for you, they'll actually show you the smoking area where you can go and smoke. Like, it's normal. So that is actually a big culture shock for me. So do you have any other culture shock you would like to share with us?
Yes, I have. Okay, I would say that, you know, in Nigeria we have just one bin where you throw all your trash, be it
everything,
whatever, food particles, normal household
nylons from the
debris,
kitchen.
you put them in just one bin. But here you have about 3 bins. You have the black bin, you have the green bin, you have the brown bin, and you've got to put different things in them. You need to know which one goes in there. If you put the wrong one in a particular basket for a long time, at a point your bin will no longer be picked because you're putting the wrong dirt in the wrong
I didn't even
bin.
know that. What I heard about that was that if you do that consistently, they are going to send you a mail as a warning or something. I don't know if you'll be fined or something, but I heard that they'll send you a mail regarding that. But this particular one she talked about is everywhere, in every home, in every organization, offices. They have segmented way of discarding their bin that has to be adhered to. The instructions are on the body of the basket or the bin. All right. And one culture shock again is that in this place people trek. Like, people trek, and it's not even abnormal. I'm like, you know, the way people in Nigeria, people wear sneakers for fun and all of that to snap pictures. In this place you actually need this because they trek in here. Yeah, and even if you enter a bus, right, even if you are taking a bus or a train, it will take you to a particular place, a bus stop, and stop you there and tell you on the Google map, you see that you have to still trek for some more minutes before you get to your destination.
Like 20-30 minutes.
So they like expect you to trek. Is normal, all right, for all ages, children, adults. Even if you are sick, they give you walking aid. But trekking here is normal. All right.
Another culture shock that I would say I've experienced is the weather. You know, you could come out in the morning, the weather is so bright, it's clear, and then within a twinkle of an eye, it has started raining. I mean, I've been, well, not drenched as we have in Nigeria because their rain here
it's not so heavy.
It's not so heavy as we have in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You know, when I first came, I had to go buy a raincoat, and then I noticed that each time I wear, people, the kind of stares I get from people, like, it's normal for them. Once they wear their jacket, they just cover their head and they walk under the rain, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna get wet. But with time, I think I got used to that, you know.
About the weather thing, my husband said the weather here has mood swing.
Definitely
Because-
they do. It does.
Because if you don't check your weather forecast before leaving your house, like, it's a normal thing here for you to even check it a night before to know how your next day is going to be. Because if you don't check it, you're on your own, or yours is your kiss.
That's the right word. Mood swing.
Mood
It
swing.
does, yeah.
All right, that's so interesting.
The other question I have to ask you is that anything that has an advantage has disadvantage. I know this place has lots of advantages. Like, since I got here, they've been light like 24 hours, 247. There is no need for you to say up NEPA or something like that. You can wake up 12 midnight, 2 a.m. and decide to do whatever you want to do, even if it's cook, wash, or anything you want to do, which is not typical where I'm coming from. So that's like a very big positive for me. So
Same.
all right, so okay, same as well. Great. So what are other positive experiences for you, and also negative experiences?
The positive I would say is that if you're moving into an apartment, it's part of the requirement that your landlord is supposed to provide for you is there must be a washing machine in the kitchen. You have to have your cooker. If the person is generous and kind enough, the person will get a microwave for you. The person will get an electric kettle for you to use, and that's something you would never see in Nigeria. You would practically buy everything when you're moving into a house in Nigeria. You know what you need to buy when you're moving to Nigeria, but here it's just, you can just decide to come in with just your clothes, because you have some houses would provide bed for you, they'll provide cushions
For furnished apartments,
yes,
right?
furnished apartment.
Yeah.
Everything is just there for you. Just move in with your clothes
And that makes life so easy, especially like for furnished apartment. The way she said, the only thing you literally need to come into the apartment with is your bag, your clothes, everything, and it makes life so easy. Like things that you will be overthinking, spending your money to buy in Nigeria, and you might not even buy in this place. It comes with it and makes your life easy. That's nice.
I have another positive. You enter a bus, you are sure that you're going to have Wi-Fi. If you want to work, your school work, or whatever it is you want to do, there's Wi-Fi. If you go to the train station, there's Wi-Fi for you to use, and it makes life easier. You don't have to spend all your money subscribing for internet or data, and even in the houses you have your Wi-Fi that you can.
And again, come to
Connected.
think of it, yeah, that's a very great one for me. I entered the train recently and I was surprised to find that. And come to think of it, that helps your productivity again, because you don't have to overthink. For example, this YouTube thing that we're doing, you don't have to overthink. I don't have data to upload videos, to download videos.
Anywhere you're right.
Whatever you want to do, you literally don't have excuse anymore. So it makes you productive, and that's
Free
amazing.
Free Wi-Fi, that is.
Yeah, free Wi-Fi. Yeah. All right. So have you had any negative experiences since you've been in the UK?
The only negative experience I would say I have experienced is this is actually funny.
Okay.
Okay, there is a specified time for buses and trains to run, and if you miss any of them, you have to wait for another maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes to get the next one. And it can be so frustrating, especially if you're running late. You'd have to wait. But in Nigeria, there are plenty of
Buses.
options and alternatives. You could even hop onto moving buses.
I'm
So
telling
as I
you.
said in Lagos, you hop onto moving vehicle. That's one negatives I would say, but that may not be
Because
negative.
here there is
as-
no African
yes,
time, right?
because you need to plan yourself, prepare ahead of time so that you can. There's no African time. Nobody's waiting for you. Once an event is been scheduled for 9, their 9 is their 9. They are going to start with or without
You.
there.
All right. Okay, so that's like the negative side of it for her, is not having options. If you've missed your train that you've been scheduled for, you don't have another option. You have to wait for the next available one.
Then you have to pay extra.
Yeah, you have to pay extra, which is costly, trust me. All right, so what is one major positive for you concerning this place, the UK?
Okay, that would be in school. I'm going to use school as an example because I know that when in school in Nigeria during my university days, you want to print something, you have to spend all your pocket money making photocopies, printing lots of paperwork. But here, it's basically free in the library. Just go with your school card, you tap it in the machine, and you basically print out. I think we're entitled to some, I can't remember how much exactly we're entitled to for a trimester.
Wow.
But I'm sure I haven't used up mine. So printing it's like a big thing for me because I know how much I spend in Nigeria running photocopies. So
I can imagine.
it's one of the
And that
huge
sounds
positives for me.
That sounds so amazing, cause can you imagine all those handouts that we had to print and photocopy in Nigeria? Like,
It's free here.
wow. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, she's on a student visa, so her experiences are quite different from mine. And because we went through a lot to bring her on this particular video, I'm not going to be sharing my experiences with you as a dependent. It's going to be in another video, so do watch out for that particular video. All right, so today is just about her, all right, and about her experience as a student studying in the UK.
All right. It's been so interesting having you on this particular episode. What would be your advice for people that are contemplating coming to study in the UK and are overthinking, like, is it even worth it? Is it worth it? What's the big deal? What's the difference from doing my master's or studying in my home country and coming to the UK? What is even the big deal about it? So what is your advice for people intending to come study in the UK?
Okay, before I go into the advice, the big deal for me is that it was stated that the program will last for 12 months.
All right.
And true to their words, it's lasting for 12 months. Now, I have a terrible experience back home in Nigeria. I did a 12 months program back in 2018. This is 2023. I haven't got the certificate.
Are you for real?
Yes.
Wow.
That's how many years down the line? 2018. It's about
Like
5
years.
years. I haven't gotten a certificate.
Wow.
I know someone that had died. He hadn't received a certificate. So you can imagine why I decided, oh, I need to come to the UK to do this program, because I am very, very sure it's going to last the time they had stipulated it was going to last. And then my advice to intending students coming to the UK to study, you need to make you need to know what you want. You need to know the course you would want to do, that you would use after your studies, so that it won't be a wasted effort for you after studying. You just throw the certificate into a shelf or into a box without making use of it.
All right. So if we get what you're saying properly, you need to know what you want to do so that you are sure you are getting profit for your investment. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking our time to come on this particular episode on our YouTube channel today. We're sincerely grateful. If you've watched this video to this point, thank you so much for watching. And do hit the subscription button below to subscribe to our channel. Like this video, share this video with as many as are looking for information to come study in the UK and to have an insight into what the experience is like. Until I see you again in my next video, I remain Comfort Gideon. Bye bye.
And I'm Ifeoma. Bye.
Yeah, bye.